What up, you guys? In this video, I'm gonna show you exactly how I've helped my clients just like you who are high achieving fathers achieve weight loss, physical health, and really just get their life in check, having crushed either their business or they've been crushing work and they've been neglecting their health for far too long. I'm gonna show you the exact steps that I've used with those clients so you can implement it in your own life and be successful. So make sure you stick around for the whole video because I'm gonna walk you through exactly what you need to do to turn your health around. So let's get to it. But listen, I don't want you to just take my word for it. I want you to listen to what my clients have to say. So Daniel, after just working with me for a few weeks, was already down 10 pounds from 220 pounds to around that 210, 211 mark, which is crazy. And then Jonathan also, after just a few weeks, was down from 290 to 280. Another 10 pounds after just a few weeks of getting after it, changing his workout routine, dialing in nutrition. It's been incredible. Or Julian as well. 3 weeks in, and he says he's already feeling stronger and more functional and healthy, and he's ready to attack life. So listen, guys, this process really works. What we have and what we do with our clients is something that is really effective and actually gonna help you see results. But guys, before we step into the actual process, I want to go ahead and tell you a little bit about myself, who I am and why you should be listening to me, and give you a quick, brief overview of my story. So for me, as an individual, I am a father, and right now I'm a single father. And why I'm so passionate about working with dads and why the name of my brand is Strain Forward is because, like you, probably, we've made a lot of mistakes. In some way, shape, or form, I've made a lot of mistakes in my life. I've done a lot of things wrong. I've struggled with a pornography addiction since I was 12 years old. I've had to fight tooth and claw to be free from that, and I'm still battling that day in and day out. I've also had to overcome just how to manage a relationship that ultimately failed, and that was on me. And I have a son who's 3 years old. And for me, I try my best to be the best father possible to him, even though his mom and I are not together. We never got married. It just didn't work, right? For various reasons on her end and my end. And I'm trying to give you guys a brief overview of my story of why I'm so passionate about straining forward toward the best version of yourself. This comes from Philippians 3, 13, 14. Now, you might not be a Christian, and that's fine. We can have a conversation about that later if you want to, and you invite me into that part of your life. But Philippians 3, 13, 14 says, "One thing I do, I forget the past and I strain forward toward the goal." I look forward toward the goal, my calling, my heavenly calling in Christ Jesus. And what that says to me is forget the past, forget what you've done, forget the mistakes, forget what you haven't done, all the stuff. Just forget it, because right now all that matters is today and moving forward. And that's how I'm trying to live my life, and that's how I'm trying to help my clients live their life. Now, I've been in the fitness industry for about 15, maybe more, 20 years. I've competed at the highest level of CrossFit. So I've traveled to Dubai, London, South Africa, competing in the sport of fitness. I believe in being strong. I believe in being conditioned. I believe in being functional. I believe in encompassing a whole plethora of different fitness modalities so you can be the most dynamic self possible. But I believe in also starting where you're at and building on that. And that's what I've done with my clients. The whole point of what I'm sharing with you is this is not just fitness. This is a soul level, spiritual level, just the depth of becoming the best version of yourselves. Because when you can go in the gym and you can push yourself day in and day out, when it's cold, it's rainy, it's dark, you're alone, when you can do that day in and day out, you've become a different person. It's just a fact. You're a different person, you're a better person. And that's what I'm ultimately trying to cultivate in myself and in my clients who work with me. That's a little bit of my story. That's why I'm so passionate about this. This is how I'm trying to help people who are either in a similar situation or just a slightly different situation. Now, let's get to the actual processes of how you can implement this in your own life and become the best physical, mentally strong version of yourself. All the things. All right, let's get to it. Okay, step one is gonna be attacking the mindset, right? We're gonna be attacking, let me write this down. We're attacking mindset, but also underneath that, we're attacking beliefs about yourself. Beliefs about yourself and about your fitness journey and what you actually think is possible. Okay, so how do we do this? The first step is we have to take an audit of where we're at. So I want you to write down, like, what do you believe about yourself? So believe currently. Forgive my handwriting. So what do you believe currently? We need to write that down. We need to actually get it out on paper and figure out, what do you think about yourself or about your fitness? Do you think, I just don't have time, or it's just way too hard, or I'm just not the type of person who's ever gonna be at 10% body fat and just do this whole fitness thing? I just don't really think that I'll enjoy that. I kind of like my life currently. Like, what beliefs do you have? There's no judgment here. We just have to get it out on paper. So where are you at currently with that mindset? Then we need to challenge it and we need to write new beliefs. Okay? And again, forgive my handwriting. Then we need to write down new beliefs. This is where you get to write out who it is you want to be. So I want to work with fathers and high achieving fathers who are just, they've crushed their business, whatever. And if you're a father who just wants help in general, still reach out, okay? Doesn't matter. Anyways, what new beliefs do you want? Because you may have crushed your business. Your relationship might even be in check. You might not be struggling relationally, but there's something going on health and fitness wise where you know you're not where you want to be. This is where I want you to write out who it is you want to be. I want to be 10% body fat. Write that down. I want to be the type of person who goes to the gym every single day. I want to be the person who can play with their kids at 50 years old, 60 years old, 70 years old and feel good. I mean, 70-year-olds at that point, you'll be playing with your grandkids, but you understand the point. I want to be playing with my grandkids at 70 years old. I want to be 80 years old and still crushing it because it's entirely possible. I promise you it is. What are the beliefs that you have currently and what are the new ones that you want to have? That's the first step in this process. So write down where you're at, write down where you want to go, then start to affirm it in your life. Write down the affirmations. I am this person. I am this person. And attach emotion to it, attach passion to it, and do that on the daily. 2 to 3 times a day. That's the first step. Okay, now step 2. After we've addressed the mindset piece of this thing, we need to step into the actual physicality part of this, which is going to be your training and your nutrition. So for you, what we need to start doing, let me write down training and nutrition. We need to start lifting weights, some HIIT work. We need to get you lifting weights and training with some high intensity interval training. So what does this mean? This means I want to see you back squatting, front squatting, deadlifting. You need to be lunging, single leg RDLs, leg extension, leg curls, like all the stuff that is going to be really challenging. You've seen all over Instagram and social media, like all those movements. We need to start doing that, but we need to do it in a really structured way. So we need to get you where you at currently. Let's put you on a progressively overloaded system where from week to week, either adding reps, volume, intensity, or tempo work. So slowing down the movement, whatever it is, progressively overloading that for weeks on end, because at the end of the day, building muscle is going to be the best thing for burning fat overall. Yes, high intensity interval work is amazing, right? You feel good, you go in there, you do a hard workout, it feels incredible. I'm not against it, I think it's incredible, and you will be doing a lot of it in the training that I have. You will be doing a lot of it. But at the core, you need to be strong first. This is where you need to be. You need to be lifting weights, because especially as a man, like it's important to be really strong. It's important for females to be really strong too. But as a guy, like you want to be strong. You want to feel confident going into wherever it is you're going. Like I'm a strong human being. I'm a functional human being. I can stand up tall, shoulders back, chest up. I'm like, I feel good about who I am because I've put the work in over here. There's just something about lifting weights that's so good for men to do. It just helps you let out your aggression too, your frustration from work, whatever. So I want to get you lifting weights. You need to be living in that rep scheme from 6 to 10 reps. Like that's going to be your home. I don't think it's super necessary to be pushing those 1 or 2 or 3 rep maxes unless you absolutely want that and we've been progressing to working to a max. But 6 to 8 reps, progressively overloading that, adding in some tempo work. You do that, you'll be golden. Okay? Now, the next piece is going to be nutrition. What kind of nutrition do we need to be on? Well, the first thing is we need to dial in your protein. So your protein needs to be about 1 gram to 1.5 grams per pound of body weight. So if you're 200 pounds, like myself, I'm 200 pounds, I need to be eating at least 200 grams of protein or more, 215, 220, whatever it is. That's going to be golden rule to stand by. The next piece is undulating the carbohydrates. So I'm a big believer in carb cycling, or at the very least, keeping them at a moderate consumption. Unless you're upping your training, then we up our carbohydrates. But if you're just trying to get in great shape, which is most likely where you're at, you want to get strong, fit, you want to feel good, look good, then we need to cut your carbs back a little bit, keep them at that moderate range, and maybe cycle them. High day, low day, medium day, or high, 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 low, 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 medium, medium, medium. Whatever it is, we can play around with it. But carb cycling is super great, especially for something known as metabolic flexibility. So that's it, training and nutrition, lifting weights, getting your protein in check, getting your carbs in check. Fats, we always keep about 100 grams or less, and it's gotta be healthy fats, because healthy fats are great for hormone production and all that stuff. All right, step 3. Step 3 in becoming the person you wanna be after you dialed in your beliefs, after you dialed in your training and your nutrition, is going to be none other than accountability. That's supposed to be an N right there, so yeah. You know, accountability. If you don't have someone who's in your corner holding you accountable, or if you don't have a group you're a part of, or just something that you're a part of that's holding you accountable to your goals, you're gonna slip. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when, right? And now you can develop the skill to being more disciplined where you don't slip, right? You can do it on your own. I'm not gonna say you can't. You absolutely can. But I find that the vast majority of people out there need help being held accountable more than anything else, because the training's one piece of it, the mindset's one piece of it, but you need someone who's saying, hey, get your booty in the gym. Go work out. Stop being soft, get in the gym and go get after it. Like you need someone who's telling you that. That's where you're gonna see the biggest bang for your buck, is accountability. Find someone who's gonna hold you accountable. You do that, you're gonna be good. You've also heard it said before that you are the sum of the 5 closest people you spend the most time with. Now, I tend to think that that can come in the form of, especially now in the era we live in the form of, what you're consuming on TV. So if you're listening and watching mentors often, then you're in their presence, so to speak, and you can start to change who you are. So it's not necessarily your friend group, it can be your virtual friend group, right? Like the books you're reading, the shows you're watching, the podcasts you're listening to, that can all be mentorship for you, and you can raise and elevate who you are. But the point is, you've got to surround yourself with a different accountability group, you got to surround yourself with like-minded individuals who are all trying to become the best version of themselves. All right, guys, so there you have it. That's exactly how you can go from where you're at with your physical health, maybe 20, 30, 40 pounds overweight, and begin to lose weight and start to change your health. You need to adjust your mindsets. You need to dial in your training with lifting weights, mixing in some high intensity interval training, and then find a way to be held accountable, whether it's through a group or someone who's coaching you, whatever it is. That's how you're gonna get where you wanna go to, and you need to be incredibly consistent for a long period of time. That's the process. It's that simple. Now, if that sounds overwhelming to you and you're in a place where it's like, okay, yeah, Kyle, I get it, that all sounds great, but like, I need some help with this, then that's exactly where we come in, and that's what I do with my clients, like I said at the beginning of this video. As a part of the Strain Forward Fitness, like, I work with fathers and dads just like yourself who just need to get in shape. They need help. They need someone who's like, hey, this is what I want you to do. This is how I want you to do it. This is how long I want you to do it. Now let's go do it. If that's you, then I want you to click down below the link. I want you to book a call with me and my team, and let's have a conversation. Let's just see where you're at. Let's see what you're struggling with. See if what we do will be a really good fit for you. And if so, we'll go forward and we'll start mapping through this 6-month transformation process. And in 6 months, you're gonna be an entirely different human being. That's my offer to you. That's what I want to help you do and become. If that sounds at all interesting and that sounds like something you need to step into, again, book a call down below. I'll see you on the other side of it. We'll have a conversation and we'll keep moving forward together. Y'all have a great day. Talk soon.